Were you more impressed by the Bucs or disappointed with the Saints?
I was disappointed in the Saints, but I'm trying to recall what my man Ryan Clark said. I looked for him this morning. You know what I'm saying? I was looking for him the weekend.
He was on TV.
He was arguing with me last week coming into these games. And, you know, I mean, leave the football knowledge to us. That's what I heard. Well, I was 4-0 this weekend, Ryan Clark. I'm going to hold on to this because that's a miracle. I understand that. But damn it, I'm going to hold on to it.
I ain't never said I was a psychic. All you did was pick the favorites.
Hey, don't hurt me.
You picked every favorite.
He said you
talking
just
about
picked
Tom
chalk.
Brady? Were you not talking about Tom Brady? I thought you were talking about Tom Brady.
I said Tampa was
the Saints were favored, brother.
Really? That's what you said? I don't recall that, Ryan. I mean, Ryan, okay. All right, Ryan. I don't have the video in front of me. I'm going to get you, though. Here's the deal. You don't expect Drew Brees to throw some interceptions. And if we really dissect it, there was a miscommunication with him and Alvin Kamara on one interception. I think Devin White intercepted that pass. There was another one where Jared Cook, it bounced off his right shoulder, even though the vision was impeded to some degree by a defender right in front of him. It still went through his hands and hit his shoulders, bounced off of it into the arms of a Tampa Bay defender. I think it was Edwards, but I'm not sure. The bottom line is this. When you look at the New Orleans Saints, I can look at Drew Brees, and it wasn't obviously an impressive performance. I look at Sean Payton not getting Alvin Kamara the ball nearly enough. I look at Michael Thomas, just a no-show. Not 1 yard. I mean, think about it. Now, Ryan, am I wrong to hold somebody? You make $20 million. That's what I try to tell Max.
Yeah.
$20 million. $20 million. Okay? And when he got his
20
money.
mil?
That's right. And when he got his money, none of us lamented that because we know Michael Thomas could ball. We got all of that. But damn, not one receiving yard. Let's put that in its proper perspective. Julio Jones getting that money. Antonio Brown was once getting that money. I mean, some of the elite wide receivers. Not one receiving yard. Not one. He had as many receiving yards as me and Max. I mean, that's how bad Michael Thomas, at the end of the day, in terms of your productivity, and I got to look at Sean Payton for that, too. So I'm looking at it from the standpoint that I'm impressed with what I've seen from Tampa, particularly their defense. I already raved about Bruce Arians and that staff. He's got 4 brothers as lead assistants. Head assistant, head coach, defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, special teams coordinator. I mean, all of them are brothers. Major props to Bruce Arians. But in the end, I'm still looking at New Orleans and saying, damn, I didn't expect that from y'all.
Max?
I was impressed by the Bucs, and you know, I understand what you mean about. Tell me how this sounds, Stephen A. Does this sound right? $20 million. $20 million. I suspect that's not the last we heard of that. That's going to be a meme or a GIF or a GIF or whatever they call it. $20 million.
That's right.
That's right.
$20 million.
But anyway, I was impressed. I had to be impressed by the Bucs guys because the bottom line is this. And I know I'm Mr. Tom Brady Cliff guy, but I got to give credit where credit's due. He smashed through the prediction. And even though he set himself up for success, he had success. And the reason he had success was that, look, in the moment of truth, Tom Brady's not going to beat himself. The margin that Tom Brady had better than everyone else ever, right? Like the reason he's the GOAT is he makes better decisions. He processes the information more quickly, and he doesn't screw up when you need him most. When they've lost, it's been he has 500 yards against the Eagles, and they still lost, you know? It's very rare. No one's perfect. He's messed up, but it's very rare that he does. He's not going to make the mistakes, and usually the other guy does. Here, Drew Brees had a chance, fourth quarter, tie game. There's some part of your legacy that you can enhance, right? That's on the line. You can maybe win another Super Bowl this year. You're going to have to beat Brady and Rodgers and maybe Mahomes to do it. All those guys are better than you. But you know, you have a chance. Just don't play better than Brady for one quarter of football. Couldn't do it because Brady didn't make the mistakes. Now, the offensive line helped. The Bucs offensive line, the Saints weren't really getting much pressure. That's real good play by an offensive line that had a revolving door at a position, right? The backup of the backup in there. The Bucs defense was opportunistic. They scored 14 points off of 2 turnovers, meaning not just was the defense opportunistic, but then the offense, Tom Brady, took advantage and scored touchdowns. You know, like they were better all around, especially when they needed to be, and they were better on the road against a team that had beaten them twice, shellacked them, really. So to say that I'm disappointed in the Saints, sure. I mean, that's why the question is are you impressed or disappointed? Really more, because you feel both. I'm more impressed by the Bucs here. This was Tom Brady's first year on a new team, limited practice time because of COVID. As usual, Tom Brady's team peaking at the right time, and as usual, Tom Brady, at the very least, not screwing up when you need him the most. The other guy did.
You know what? Stephen A was right. Stephen A picked Tampa Bay. I went against what my prediction was before the season. Before the season, I said the New Orleans Saints would win the NFC South, but I said the Tampa Bay Buccaneers would advance farther in the playoffs. And then I got an opportunity to stick with my pick, and I went the other way. I went the other way because I didn't expect that from Drew Brees. But even with that, I'm more impressed with the Buccaneers. And here's why. A lot was said about the New Orleans Saints beating them 2 times and how hard it is to beat a team 3 times. Well, I was on the team that beat a team 3 times twice. And so I was like, oh, no, it's not that big of a deal. This is what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did. They took the 2 losses to the Saints, and they said, all we are going to work on is what those 2 losses said about us and how we can beat the Saints the next time. Think about the last time these 2 teams played in the 38-3 win by the New Orleans Saints. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers ran the ball 5 times. 5 times. Yesterday, they ran it 35 times. They only threw it 33 times. That's an adjustment by Byron Leftwich, the offensive coordinator. That's an adjustment by Bruce Arians. They took the risk out of going get the biscuits, and it paid off. Now think about them defensively. If you give up 38 points, you're getting carved up. What does Drew Brees carve up now? The intermediate to short routes in a zone defense. Know what we're going to do? We're going to play press man. We're going to put pressure on Drew Brees. We're going to make a quarterback that can't push the ball past 20 yards down the field beat us that way. Hell, they had to bring in Jameis Winston to throw the best deep ball we've seen from a Saints passer the whole season. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers made the adjustments.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.